Hi, welcome to eNCA's Google Hangout. We're chatting here with Lebogang Rasethaba and Luke and Sebastian from Christian Tiger School. We're talking about the future sounds of Mzansi, which is a new documentary about the electronic underground of South Africa. Soon to be not so underground. But Lebo, do you want to take us away, give us some background?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
I guess the film is about electro music in South Africa after 20 years, not as 20 years of music, but 20 years within our democracy. So you just think of it as where the knife hits the point, the point of incision in our history. And it's basically, Spook phoned me maybe 3 years ago. We're both out of the country at the time. And he had got enough distance from the scene as someone who had been in it for a long time to kind of realize that, one, there's a lot of interesting things happening in the country within the electronic music scene, the way in which people consume it, the way in which people share it, the way in which people make it was such an interesting story. A lot of these names were kind of enjoying a lot of, success overseas, but not as much success locally. There was a veil of kind of mystery around who these people were, how they make their music, how they work, where they're from. And I guess maybe the film on one level is just trying to, break those barriers down. But on another level, it's just a film about South Africa, using music as a vehicle to explore some of the issues within our society.
I mean, that's what I really enjoyed, is that, it was all about the music. You heard that from the minute the credits rolled, you could hear the sounds. But what I really enjoyed was how each of the cities, they were characters in themselves. They were part of the reason why these artists created what they created and, produced the sounds that they did. Was this an intention when you set out, to put so much beautiful treatment on the cities?
No, I think that, documentaries just kind of state facts that exist. We don't create facts, Durban doesn't look like, it's just like the camera tells the story of Durban, it tells the story of Atteridgeville, it tells the story of Cape Town. The film also doesn't separate them, Durban is over there, Cape Town is over there, Johannesburg is over here. So we weren't really trying to, tell or like make things up or recreate worlds. We just kind of documented things as they are, as they sit geographically on a map, thousands and thousands of years of randomness or God or whatever you believe in, of how things are the way they are. We didn't like write those rules. The film didn't write those rules. That's just the way things were.
Okay. And in terms of the approach to the shoot, how long did you... Sorry, I've just got my editor and producer telling me to acknowledge the Christian Tiger School guys, who we will come to in a little bit. I haven't forgotten about you, but I just want to get a bit more background on the film.
Cape Town.
So we have a bit of Cape Town and Johannesburg here, but before I get to you guys, I want to know, how long did it take you to make this film?
Almost 3 years.
And to put together and put out. Sorry, Lebo, I didn't get that right.
Again?
How long did it take you to make this film?
3 years. Almost 3 years.
Okay. And you mentioned that the film was not originally going to be a film. It was going to be a series of episodes on each of the artists or kind of their particular scenes. How did it become a feature length, for those of you who don't know the background of the film?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
I guess it became a feature-length film when we realized the scale of, the characters in the story, the scale, things that we didn't know going into the film, that the realities that, or truths that we kind of were exposed to in the process of making the film. It just was too big a story to like have it go die on the internet as like a cool kind of a thing to see if you stumble on it by accident. The stories within the film warranted it being like a full-scale movie.
Great. So now, you guys in Cape Town, I'm going to join you in now. So what was it like for you? Did you, when Spook and Lebo came to interview you, did you feel like this was going to be what it is now? How is, was it just another, cool interview that was gonna let you guys tell your story?
Yeah, I guess it was quite like a weird turnout because we were just having an interview in Melbourne, in a cafe, like on the way back to Cape Town, and I watched the film a few weeks ago, like in this private link, and it somehow just turned into being like way more, I don't know, like epic part of the story. So the actual like process of being interviewed and watching it were two completely different things. Yeah, it really turned out nicely. Yeah, really amazing.
And since what do you have to say about, I kind of, for me, I took out of it that it's the spirit of collaboration really, is throughout, and it's, what they say is like moving out of your bedroom as an artist, as a musician, as a producer, into kind of this now global scale. How has that journey been for you guys? For people who don't know about how making music works.
I think, yeah, it's quite strange. I mean, especially in the case of Rick and myself, like we still haven't actually like taken that huge step. We still make all our music like in our bedroom, and there's no like fancy studio and all of that. So it's in our own essence, it's like we've just been able to like make this music on quite a small scale and had the opportunity to like play it on a bigger scale. Um, so I guess it's like quite a, I don't know, from what I see, quite a strong theme within the movie as well. Like, some guys from making music here aren't necessarily that popular here, but they have the opportunity to go around the world and play. And yeah, it's really just about that fact of like turning it into. It doesn't matter if you're making it in a million man studio or in your little bedroom. It's like it's all relative.
And Lebo, if I can bring you back in, how did you and Spook choose your artists, or how did you find the subjects of your film?
A lot of it was so there's two kinds of artists. There's people that were instrumental in the kind of development of a scene. So if let's talk about Cape Town specifically. So when you look at the Cape Town chapter, it's like Fletcher Roach, Simon, Marcus Felix, and those people shaped that scene. They were the first people to do it, and then we'd ask them. So, because this film is about the future sound of Mzansi, who do you guys think is the future sound of Mzansi? And the Christian Tiger School was a name that kept on creeping up every single interview that we did. So interviewing these guys was a natural progression of, the interviews that we had done up to that point. So I guess in the trailer, Tata talks about, actually maybe it's not in the trailer, but he talks a lot about his co-conspirators, his heroes, his enemies, people that he's worked with, people that have inspired him, because he's had his own journey within the music, as a musician. So I guess his kind of journey as a musician started in Cape Town. Do you know what I mean? So the people that he was with at the beginning of his journey were the people that were interviewed from Cape Town. In Durban is actually really funny because the people that we wanted to interview told us to get lost. Like they were just like, shut up, stop taking chances.
So if I can interrupt you there, why did they think you were taking chances? Why did they not want to participate?
They didn't take us seriously. I mean, who are we? Think about it. Your name is DJ Tira. There's some guy called Spook Matambo. You've never heard of him, and he is like friend who are making this film. You're like, shut up. I have to go. You know what I mean? I wouldn't have. If I was Tira, I would never agree to do it either. But that actually was that was actually like a really a fortuitous kind of occurrence, because after that it was just like, actually, you know what? That actually helps us define the film a little bit better. Because we don't want to muse on vestiges of the past. We want to exclusively focus on a future sound. So that then shaped the Durban chapter. We had Boom, we had Okay Malum Cool Cat, and that was kind of a blessing.
And access to the guys you did get. I mean, I think, some of the people, you haven't heard their music for a while, unless it's like at your friend's party or your friend's bar or whatever. How did you find access to some of the guys who are not really touring at the moment or, you know, playing
Give
at
me an
the moment?
example. Like who?
Okay.
Like who?
Why do you want me to give you an example? Just because I want you to tell our audience, I've seen this film. One other person in my newsroom who has watched this film. And this is what we're trying to do. We're trying to like tell people more about what's happening and like what's going on with the film. And I want you as a filmmaker to tell us this.
How did we get access to those people?
Yeah. But I mean, like,
a lot of the people were into it. A lot of the people who do appreciate the spirit of, you know, I guess maybe the thing is that the film, the way we made the film, like I said, mirrors how the musicians in the film work. So people that can clock that and kind of respect that are like, yeah, here's two people on their hustle doing their thing. Let me give them the time of day. You know what I mean? A lot of the people would love to be associated with a film like this. A lot of the people were fans of Spoke Matambo, knew Spoke Matambo. A lot of the people in Cape Town are good friends of ours. So, I mean, it's just like, hey, man, I'm making this film. I need you to be here to do this interview. They're like, cool. Nozinja, someone like Nozinja was a lot more complex, so we had to go through his management. So then, yeah, I guess it worked differently across different types of artists. You know what I mean? Someone like Spoko, who's living in Utteridgeville, and he's just kind of hanging out making music all day, every day anyway. If we want to come out there and be like, yo, we want to interview you, we're doing this thing, and like I said, because he can recognize the spirit of entrepreneurship and kind of, what I call it, like freedom and autonomy that we have in making this film. He kind of lives that and applies that in his approach to music. It is what it is.
There you go. That's what I wanted to hear. I wanted to hear about, you know, like, just as those people didn't want to be involved because they kind of didn't see, you know, validity in what you two solo guys were going around and doing. Who are the guys? You know, those are the other side. The other side of the coin is those are the people who participated. Those are the people we're not seeing. So that for me was also interesting. With you guys, Luke and Sebastian, what do you see as, you know, the next step for, as they say, the future sound? Like, what do you guys want to do? What do you see as being potentially, you know, the next edition, whether it's filmed or not, whether it's documented or not?
I think like just a stronger connection with like the international scene and everything. I feel like it's already happening. I hope that grows more. And there's a stronger and more frequent exchange, like
that is actually on our side.
That's the alarm. My alarm.
But I think unless they tell us to leave, let's just carry on. Okay, guys, we might have to cut this short because we don't know if this is a show or not. So thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Be safe.
We'll put up the link for this video later. This is the first, the whole thing.
Sort it out.
I just hope there'll be like a stronger connection and I'll carry on growing. Because things like CTMF and just like, you know, the Cape Town Electronic Music Festival and like lots of the festivals, like they've just got like, just in terms of festival wise, there's like, you know, they've brought down people more, and I think first of all, they're starting to see like that, you know, there's a serious issue, like I've been told like by so many people that the South African scene is the world's got its eyes on the scene currently, like quite a lot, and I think people are starting to realize that you know we're not just like a scene that's just like removed and has its own life, but like, well, we are, but like it's actually like, you know, we got some stuff too, you know. We got stuff to contribute to the world, and I just hope it carries on growing like it is, because I'm just really glad that I don't know, I'm really grateful to be like part of this. It's really cool. Like, so it's just been progressing so much, and I just hope it carries on like this, and for people to just carry on be like international people to just carry on be as enthusiastic about our scene as they are, because it's been very cool so far.
Awesome. Thank you. with us through potentially a fire alarm. It'd be nice chatting. We'll send you all the other stuff we put up soon. Thanks a lot.
Okay, ciao.
Cool. Bye.